What's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva, and this is for my ladies. This is my podcast where amazing things happen and we get to talk, discuss, and celebrate real women of color. This is for my ladies is just for you. This podcast is a place where I get to highlight not only my life dreams and goals, but yours too. I believe I was called to create a platform for myself to express not only my thoughts, but those of other women that's unfiltered and untamed. I plan to talk and discuss topics that interest me and other women. I want my audience to be engaged and aware. So any topics, email them to me at tishathediva@gmail.com. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Tisha the Diva. Y'all already know what time it is. This is for my ladies. I am back, you all, with my 55th episode. I think so. But anyway, y'all, I just want to let you all know that you all can listen to This Is For My Ladies streaming on 11 live podcast platforms. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can search This Is For My Ladies. You can search Tisha the Diva, and there I shall be, all right? So, also, if you would like to run any ads, if you like to promote your business on This Is For My Ladies, make sure you reach out to me. Email me at tishathediva@gmail.com and let me know that you would like to receive a slot on This Is For My Ladies, all right? It's going to cost you a little bit, but hey, that's just the process of, advertising. All those big old brands don't just go on TV and the commercials for free. It's going to cost you a little bit. But hey, that's over like 4,000 people hearing what it is that you have to promote and sell, all right? So with that being said, you all, welcome back to This Is For My Ladies. I didn't have an episode last week, but the week before that, I did a podcast episode with Bria Riddick. She is the founder and CEO of Girls That Fade. We talked about intentionally speaking and just the importance of being intentional with things that we say and actually putting action behind it. And I was just looking up the 12 universal laws today, and it's actually the law of action is actually one of the 12 laws. It's the laws of action. So it's about just not only just saying stuff, but also putting a little action behind it. I also found out the law of compensation is one. So yes, pay me my coins, all right? The law of compensation. And I used to do these abundance checks back in the day. Me and an ex-friend used to write these abundance checks. And one of my goals for 2020 is to read more books. So I finished a book just on Saturday. It took me a whole hour and a half to read. I had bought that book almost 2 years ago. I read a couple of pages, put it down, but I said I want to get back into the whole art of reading. So I pulled out all my books that I had ordered because I had brought all these books at like one time. I think I brought like 8 or 9 books or whatever. And I wrote the titles down and I just folded them up and of all the books or whatever. And I was just like, okay, how am I going to read these books? What order am I going to read them in? So I just started, start picking out which book I would read. So right now I am reading Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. And when I opened up the book, there was a check that I had wrote in like 2017. It was like an abundance check, like for my debt to be paid off or whatever. And I was supposed to burn it on a new moon, but I must have stuck it in the book, didn't realize it was in there. But I found it. And then I found a blank check. Y'all remember the movie Blank Check? Yeah, oh my God, that was my movie. That was a good movie. If Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus, y'all need to watch Blank Check. Oh my God. So anyway, there was a blank check in there. And I'm not going to say it out loud, but I filled out the check. So I have something that's coming up that I'm going to, and there's some money involved. And I've been setting my intentions on receiving that money. So I wrote the dollar amount. I wrote the day that they're actually giving the money away, because I literally have been setting my intentions for weeks to receive the money. So Pray for me, y'all. Pray that I get that money. And at the bottom of it, it says for, and that was like investment starter, just for, to invest in the things that I want. So on the next new moon of February, I am burning it, baby. Burn, baby, burn. Okay. Disco Inferno on that check. Okay. But anyway, y'all. So the voices that you all heard at the beginning of the podcast were none other than the voices of my best friend. We have Miss Shana Simmons and we have Miss Jalisa, Miss Opti Fit. So I brought my girls on this episode. Jalisa was supposed to be on an episode last week, but I decided, not to do an episode. I was going to come this week or whatever. And unfortunately, we are missing my girlfriend, Monique, due to the flu. We do not want to get sick. That's icky. So we're good on that. So she'll be here next time. But I brought my girlfriends on this particular podcast episode. As the world all know, maybe you don't know him, maybe you do, but the world lost a very, I would say, an important figure in basketball history. Kobe Bryant, a five-time championship winner, MVP player, all-star, all of that stuff. He tragically lost his life on January 26th. It is January 27th today, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, January 26th, 2020, in a fatal helicopter crash. And amongst those who died tragically in the helicopter crash was his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna Bryant. And I brought my girlfriends up here to just talk about, I called them and just asked them, what did they think and how did they feel about it? I know that, recently, and you don't have to talk about it, but, Shayna just, recently lost her grandmother, and Jalisa had lost a brother a few years back. So, these women understand loss. They know loss, and, coping with loss in their different type of ways. And, sometimes, unexpectedly, and whether you prepare for loss or you're not prepared for it, it's just something that's inevitable, something that just happens. And we all know that death is going to happen, we just don't know the time nor hour. So I brought Shana and Jalisa up here to This Is For My Ladies to just understand, loss and understanding grief and how do you work through it, and just finding those coping type of mechanisms and just understanding, because I know on your Facebook, Shana, you were saying about how, the uniqueness and grief. Mm-hmm. So just talking about that. So welcome. Introduce yourselves.
Eyes on me. All right. Like T said, I am Shana Simmons. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I am the owner of Coach Counseling, LLC. And my Instagram is Shana Speaks, LCSW. And my page is catered to getting people comfortable with therapy, getting comfortable with self-assessment, self-evaluation, insight on your feelings, your thoughts. And I put a little therapeutic shade in there every now and then because I got to meet people where they are. And sometimes people understand shadiness.
Girl, do they? Petty Betties.
Yes.
Yes. And Jalisa?
I'm Jalisa, also known as _optimistic beauty. I am a fitness coach, and I also do a plethora of other things that have nothing to do with fitness, but all health and wellness. And right now I am running a challenge, which will be over on Sunday, 21-day challenge. Exciting.
That was Shana celebrating it being over, you all.
Quiet celebration with Shana. According to the ladies, it's been great, but definitely rewarding. So I'm really excited to see these results and kind of give everybody an update. But that's about it.
Absolutely. And where can they find you? Because I know you said you're optimistic beauty underscore optimistic beauty, but you also have another page on Instagram.
I do. Right now, that page is currently private for the people that are in the challenge.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
But it will be open to others after the challenge is over.
Well, see, that's why you got to get in where you fit in, okay? Because you can't be hating outside of the club. You can't even get in, okay? Shout out to my baby daddy. I love you. I love you. But anyway, so I brought these girls on, like I said, to just talk about loss. And, Kobe Bryant lost his life in a very, very tragic way. Very, very tragic. So I brought these ladies on to talk about, loss and the tragic death and unexpected. I mean, of course, we don't never, expect death, but just the whole thing. And, where were you? How did you feel when you heard the news and just processing it? Although, this isn't somebody that we personally know. Like, we don't know Kobe, but we've all heard about him and we know of him. We've seen the game, we've seen his children and all that stuff. And I mean, like, again, and it's unfortunate, but I know when I first heard the name of Kobe Bryant, it was because of the sexual assault scandal that happened. That's when I first, and this was in 2003, I believe. That's when I first ever heard of who in the world Kobe Bryant was. I didn't know him before that. I just knew it was a basketball player who sexually, allegedly sexually assaulted a hotel worker or something. That's when I first ever heard of Kobe Bryant. I didn't know him before that. So, did you know him before that?
I did.
Okay.
My big brother is
Right.
a huge NBA fan. So Kobe Bryant, that was a very familiar name in my house. So yesterday when I heard it, I'm going to be honest, I was like, no, I'm going to the Shade Room. Because the Shade Room, they, between TMZ and Shade Room, they always got, the word. So we were at dinner with my brother, actually, and it just kind of reset the tone a little bit initially. It was like, we were in disbelief, and then there was all these, speculations about who was on the helicopter, and then things started to unfold, and that's when we found out his daughter was up there. And I feel like, of course, I don't know Kobe personally, but I do feel like there's a connection. Like, for me, that was a name I've always heard growing up. Like, I knew that he was an important NBA legend. He was somebody that my brother, idolized. He was important.
Right.
So I empathized immediately. It kind of took me back a little bit. I'm like, wow, And then when I heard about his daughter, I immediately had a connection because I have a 13-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Being a parent.
Exactly. And I have a 13-year-old that's passionate about sports. And so I just immediately connect. And then I'm a wife.
And,
So
yes,
I empathize
exactly.
with, his wife, and being that we recently attended a funeral and watching that wife interact with her deceased husband, it just... I connected all of that. So for me, it was just a major moment of empathy and just processing everything, and seeing. I asked myself, why is this important to me? And I think that it's important for us to do that in those moments of grief before we disconnect ourselves, and say those statements like, we don't know him. Why does it matter?
Right.
Or, and even I'm going to be honest, the sex scandal was either I forgot about it or never heard about it. Because that was the last thing from my mind.
Right. Right. But that was when I first heard of him, because I don't have any older brothers or anybody that I grew up around playing basketball and all of that stuff. We have a bunch of women in our family. But I remember first hearing about Kobe Bryant during that time.
Yeah.
You know, so not saying that I just attach that to who he is,
Right.
because I do know that, you know, he was, you know, a legendary basketball player. You know, I'm well aware of that. And, you know, not taken away, but again, that's just how I, you know,
Right. You would
that's
process
when
it.
I heard of him or whatever. But I know I was at work when I first heard, and I was in disbelief. I was like, "What? No, man, not Kobe.
Right.
Not Kobe. Like,
Not Kobe.
no, not Kobe." And then I was like, I'm like, a helicopter. But I know for me, it was bizarre because just when I got to work, I had saw on Sports Center how LeBron had just beat out Kobe
Right,
for
his
the
record.
third place for some points and all that stuff. And literally hours later, he did. So I'm just like, what in the world? You know,
Yes.
what in the world? I know I felt kind of sick, and I told, you know, I was talking to my coworkers. I said, I know I don't know this man, but I'm actually sad. Like, I'm really sad. And it was surreal just hearing just a celebration last night and then a tragedy within hours. So Jalisa, you know, like, where were you, and how were you able to just process it?
I believe I was relaxing actually in a nice bed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was kind of in a
Shine the
really
light.
good, in a really good mood, in a really good place at the time, and I just was scrolling and watching TV. And I honestly, when I saw it, I thought, nah, it's just like some type of
It was disbelief.
social media
Hoax.
thing.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
hoax, yes.
Right,
We were
so-
all saying that it's a hoax. No, it's not. And I
Yeah.
was,
Right. So I kind of honestly
yeah.
disregarded it.
Yeah.
It wasn't even on ESPN yet. Like,
Right.
nobody stopped production to report it yet. So I
Exactly.
didn't believe it.
Exactly. I didn't believe it. So I kind of disregarded it in a way of, I know that sounds horrible, but I kind of disregarded it
doesn't.
and kept scrolling. Then I saw something else and I was like, everybody just be reposting anything. They
Right.
don't even know. But I did not become interested enough to research it for myself. After I saw that, I was like, let me just get off of social media. They tripping today.
Right.
And I got home and I got back on social media like hours later, and it was, just tell it on. Okay. So
You didn't say anything incriminating.
Right.
I got home.
Right.
You said,
So yeah, okay. All in all, so later, hours later, I realized that it was actually true. And to be honest, I did not connect to this one immediately. I know when Nipsey Hussle died, not to bring another celebrity in this, I, for some reason, immediately was heartbroken, was crying, hanging off the edge of my bed like that was somebody from my family. And I didn't know him, and I didn't know Kobe, and I wasn't a fan. Like, I didn't dislike him either. I didn't know much about him. But for some reason, with Nipsey's death, I felt connected, and I don't know why.
do you feel like, and it just came to me, do you feel like you connected with Nipsey Hussle's death because of how your brother
Yes.
was? Okay.
I believe that's exactly what it was.
I'm just proud of the insight and awareness. I was trying not to, the therapist was about to come out.
No, I believe that's exactly what it was. The synchronicity. And then also, because for some reason right when he died, before it was announced, I was already feeling anxious. And I
Right.
was actually really, really happy that night. And I started feeling anxious. And I was like, hey, I told Monique, like, something happened. Somebody passed away. Like, something's going on. And then I get on social media and that's what's up there. So, yes, it could very well be the fact of the similarities of someone's life being taken.
Yes.
And not to displace anybody
Yeah,
else's
no,
death
no, yeah.
or disregard another death versus the other, make one versus the other. But for me, because my brother was taken tragically, like someone took his life and then without any words and without any explanation, without anyone being found guilty.
And it's being
and
a
it's
cold
still open,
case.
it's a cold
Yeah.
case. That's horrible to me.
Yes.
Right.
That's horrible to me. That's kind of very instant. And a helicopter death is very instant. But for some reason, I think my mind looked at it as a freak accident.
Yeah.
And so because my mind is like, oh, that's sad. And someone lost their life. And then I found out, oh, 11 people lost their life from, I think that's what they said.
At first they did say 11, but it was 9.
Okay, again.
But like we agreed, we didn't even know that a helicopter could
Right,
fit
and
9
Right,
people.
yeah.
I'm like 11 people, 9 people. I didn't even know a helicopter can hold that many people. And again,
Right.
I still haven't done my own research. I still haven't looked into it. It's sad to me, and I think for me, not to say that death has become too
Familiar.
Right.
because after my brother, I had several others like kind of back to back, like a domino. So it was kind of like, I don't, not that I'm desensitized to it, but I understand it more.
Yeah.
When it was the first thing, my brother, it was tragic. It was like, oh my God, what the freak? But then after so many happened, I guess I learned how to cope with death. And I understood that death is not the worst thing. I think the people here have it the worst than the people that actually passed away.
Exactly,
Right.
the transition
Right,
on
exactly. So
to the upper room.
I kind of grieve more for the people around, like
Right.
the family. Like when we went to that funeral recently, I wasn't sad that our friend was gone. I know that sounds horrible because I feel like he's in a better place,
Right.
better off than where he was.
No
here.
longer suffering.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was weeping for his best friend. I was weeping for his wife
And his kids.
and his kids, yes, and his brother. Like I was weeping for them, but I really wasn't sad for him. And I know that may be different, but that's just how I felt. And I feel the same thing about this. Like Kobe wasn't sick, no one killed. Well, we don't know, but he died in a helicopter accident. It's horrible, unexpected.
Yeah.
But I'm sad more for his wife
Yeah, of course.
and his fans.
That was the first, that was the first thing that kind of literally came to my mind was just like, oh my God, his wife and those kids, not even knowing that his daughter was even on the plane. So I think that even took it to another level, finding out that his daughter, because those reports came hours after. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm just like, Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Don't
Yeah.
nobody bring me no bad news. Okay, the Wiz. Right, girl. I just couldn't believe it. And, when we were talking on the phone last night, Shana, you brought up a very, very, something interesting when you were just saying how, what were even his words to his daughter in that last time? Like, what was that conversation like to know that, okay, this this helicopter is going down and we're probably not going to make it.
Right.
Like,
Or even, he may not have said those things because I know for me, I would have probably wanted to instill some type of hope in my child because my goal is to make you feel safe and protected as your parent. So my concentration for you would had to been adjusted. I wanted to feel like your safe place, even in these last moments. And so, my mind just took me there. Like, what would I have done? What was that like for Gianna? What was that like for him? Because that terror in that moment, but I still got to be my child's safe place.
Right.
That is like,
because I seen a clip and I'm not sure how true or real it is, but it was of a helicopter spinning out of control and crashing and blowing up. And I was like, I hope, people just playing around. But I don't know if that was like that real footage from somebody's cell phone. Like, I don't know, but
I hate that footage.
You saw it?
I did. I saw it, and I saw it it wasn't an invitation. It was just kind of placed upon me. Like I was talking to somebody about it, and they were like, look, here's a helicopter. And I say I hate that footage because people don't know how what they show or expose people to can be traumatic.
Exactly.
This image that you're putting in all these people
because now I heard people like, I see, that's exactly why I don't go on planes and stuff. And
and that causes vicarious trauma. That's secondary trauma for some people. And
go ahead, therapist. Go
it
ahead,
just
vicarious
annoyed me
trauma.
because we put all this stuff out here and then you just make people just deal with it. You give people all this stuff and then you don't put the bandage back on. It's like, watch these 9 people die and blow up and perish and deal with that. Here,
Right.
watch that. Let's show you all these people who just died in this horrible way.
Yeah.
And y'all go talk about that. And then there's no bandage. There's nobody to even come in and be therapeutic or normalize. Like, yeah, you don't know this man, but it's normal to have empathy. Like, it's okay that you empathize with this family. No, he's not your family member, but it's normal to be sad. It's normal to cry.
Right. Yeah. I know I saw your post and you were just saying how it's very just insensitive and people like, y'all don't even know this man, or you had said something, somebody was saying they wish it was LeBron instead of Kobe.
That's hateful.
Very. That's sick.
It is. Who thinks like that? And I'm probably bite my mouth that I said that, but it's just when we think about values and morals, like that's just inhumane that you would wish death, but we gotta pray for Pookie. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you contradict who you are when you say stuff like that.
Who we praying for?
We praying for Pookie and them.
Yeah, but that's what me and Shana was talking about last night. How people will put on social media, pray for this person and all of that stuff or whatever, but we don't know them. You want us to pray for them, but we don't know them. Same thing,
Right.
Same exact thing.
Yep.
Right.
You'll be like, oh, please keep so and so in prayer, and I'm calling Facebook fam and all of that stuff. Pray, all of that, but keep that same energy because you want us to lift your people up in spirit to make sure that they pull through. But when it comes to a celebrity, it's like it's not the same rules.
Right.
It doesn't apply. Why? Because they're rich and they have money. That doesn't make
equate.
It applies, 'cause
it always is
when
gonna
Michael
apply.
Jackson died,
Girl, where was you at when Michael Jackson died? Because I know where I was at.
I was trying to get proposed to, but he took all that.
I was, well, that movie when Jada Pinkett was like, "Take me now." That movie.
That was you.
Kingdom Come.
That was me. Because y'all know Michael Jackson is my uncle.
Yeah.
And
know.
I was.
That's why I called you first.
Yeah, I was devastated. I got off
Girl,
of
my
work
mom.
early.
Girl, my mama sent my uncle. He was in jail at the time. Sent him a get like a sympathy card.
Oh,
girl.
And the reason for me bringing him up, God rest his soul. The reason I'm bringing him up is because like people connect to people
Yeah.
even
They
if
do.
they don't know them.
yeah.
Yes.
And I was that big of a fan, and I'm sure Kobe has people that are that big of a fan that
Of
to
course.
them that's a family member.
Exactly. And speaking of that, I was saying, I was talking to y'all how, there needs to be some type of for icons and their idols, there needs to be some type of national grievance where it's just like people are able to literally take the day off.
Yeah.
People are literally able to take some time to grieve because, again, like you said, although you may not know them, you feel like you are family.
Right.
And shame on the NBA. I don't care what nobody think for even having them people play a game last night.
Oh, my heart was with them. I just felt so, I
didn't even want to. I went to sleep. I had to
heavy
go to
they
sleep.
were.
I had to get off of social media. I had to unplug. I had to literally just take some time for myself, burn a candle, pray real quick, and just go to bed because I was like, I'm not even about to watch this game to even watch them because it's literally people who are there, have a bunch of cameras and microphones in their face and they crying. Can't even get out there, finish, they're mourning.
Yes.
They're mourning.
It's
They're in
fresh.
mourning. And then y'all still want them to go out and play a game and with that stuff on their mind. These are actual fathers, and these are actually friends of Kobe.
Yes.
They know they
his
don't
children.
just know of him. They know his children, godparents, whoever. And to have to continue to go and play a game and people just like, but the show must go on and all of this stuff and what you expect them to do and all of that stuff or whatever. Have some fucking decency.
And self-care. Good God. Like,
Right. And that's why I just be like, I'm a radical ass bitch because no, I'm not playing tonight. I can't. I can't. I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, that
like
would've
if
been
it was
difficult.
my friend, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Kobe would have wanted." The person would have wanted. I saw a Twitter, and it was just like something about I'm tired of people using grief and that whole is what that person would have wanted me to do, when no, they probably wouldn't have wanted you to
Right.
do. They probably would have wanted you to just
Take
take
care of
some time
myself,
for
right.
yourself. That's probably what they would have wanted you to do. Like, let's stop putting words in people's mouth and all of that stuff or whatever. But it was just so painful. It's crazy, and my heart literally goes out to anybody, who lost somebody and lost a loved one and all that stuff, that has to deal with it. So
I think for me, because like I said, unfortunately, grief, I'm no stranger to it. I learned that everybody grieves differently.
everybody
yeah.
does grieve differently.
Super unique.
Because, like Shana said, grief is unique. Some people have to keep going.
Yeah.
Some people got to shut down. Some people need a little bit of both.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we may feel like it was horrible for them to have to play. Some of them may have felt like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
That's
Because
true.
if I stop right now, it's going to be worse
Right.
That's true. That's
for
a good
me
point.
and everybody around me.
Right.
So I think people should just do what's best for them. And unfortunately, when you work for someone else, you don't always get the opportunity to do that.
Right. And that's all I was thinking. I was like, that's some slave ass shit right there. That's some slave ass shit right there, because these people don't even got the option to tell these motherfuckers no. Like I'm watching, what's his name? The one be like, what it do, baby? What's his name? I know you know his name. What's his name? From the Raptors, Toronto. Okay, anyway, he was literally like, he could
Oh my
barely
gosh, I
get
didn't
his
see
stuff
that
out,
interview.
and he gotta play this game and all of that stuff or whatever.
Oh, baby.
Yes, I was like, I can't watch this no more. Turn it off. Like, turn it off. I can't watch this. Like, that's when I was just like, I'm going to sleep. And it's just like you said, Lise, like some people don't even have the option to even say that I can't play tonight, or I'm not going to play tonight, or whatever. But if there was a time to stand up and be radical, it would have been last night. I mean,
Sure. Say it would have been me.
yeah, like,
I think it's just different processing.
it is.
Because
It's
you
a
may
different.
process faster than I may. I
Yeah.
may just do what I did last night. Totally disregard it. It may have hit you immediately. It may hit
Right.
me at the end of this week. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's just different for everybody.
Right.
And
That's
like,
a nice jacket. I'm
Thank you.
sorry. It's really cute.
yeah. But I think like with Shana, listening to her talk about what her mind went to, and all the reasons that her mind went there, like her being a mother, her being a wife.
Right.
Well, a mother of a 13-year-old, a wife,
Right.
and more than one child. All of that, and then also because, like Shana said, her grief is very new.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, mine is not old, but it's at least 7 years out for the hardest one for me.
Right.
And like I said, I kind of learned grief and how it's not as bad as it seems at first.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible at first, but it gets easier. So I think that's why Shayna's mind immediately connected to that. Like, what did he say to his daughter and those type of things? For some reason, I didn't think about that. And I think it's partly because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I just as a protection for me.
Yeah.
If I don't have, because I've grieved so much, if I don't have to grieve, I don't want to.
Right.
I'm trying to stay away from that if I can help it.
Yeah.
So if I could stay at a distance and be sad and understand the people that are grieving and just kind of be available to them if they need me or whatever, versus me actually being grieving with them, that's easier for me. I don't want to process it. I don't want to try to make sense of it. I don't even want to try to make sense of the conspiracy that's in my head about the whole his accident.
Right. Come on now. LeBron just won last,
Right.
Oh,
beat a
God.
score
I
out
don't
last
even-
night,
Right,
and
that's
then
what
the
I'm saying. I don't
next day.
Everyone's
Come
telling
on.
me that. Right. So I
Come
will try to make sense of that, and I
on.
don't want to.
I don't don't think that deep, but I think what you said is a valid point. I think my thought with this whole grief thing is just allowing people to do it differently.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's process is different. So I just hate the fact that people feel entitled to tell somebody what to do with their grieving process.
Y'all don't know that man.
Right.
What in the world?
Right.
Oh my God.
Like, let this person be.
Please.
And then one thing that I love that people say is it gets better with time, or it gets easier. And I'm waiting for somebody to say, well, what is it? Because everybody's it is different. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said grief is so unique, because, you know, I can't tell you what my it is, but I know my it feels different than what I felt a couple of months ago. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I can't tell you what it is, but I celebrate my small successes, and whatever it will be for Bryant's wife. You know, I just pray that she, you know, they get that, because I can just only imagine. I was thinking about something I keep seeing. I don't know the truth behind it, but they're saying that TMZ released that information prior to Vanessa Bryant even knowing.
Right. And I saw that too.
If that is the case, that is so insensitive.
Right.
And that was my initial thought. I wonder if she knows. Because people want to be the first person to release things. They desensitize the fact that, imagine you identifying this information.
That's my whole thing, period, with people putting out, like, and I get it, and we want to show sympathy and all that stuff, but for even putting anything about RIP to anybody on social media, what have the family members even been notified? Do they know? Y'all better not let, if any, God forbid anything happen to me, y'all better not let nobody go on no social media RIPing me and acting like they know me.
Well, you already know how I do.
Okay.
Not your best friend.
Okay.
You know, but
no.
I learned that from my recent experience. Like, you know, everybody got to the repast before me, because we had a lot of things to wrap up. But, you know, I'm thinking, okay, we just, you know, let grandma rest finally. And on my way to the repast, scrolling on Facebook, I see my grandma again. Like, somebody literally took a picture and posted her in her casket.
What?
And put it on Facebook.
Who did that?
A relative.
See, and that's the thing. You have to be very specific when it comes to things like that, because people are so, I guess, desensitized by death.
Or that might have been her process of her grieving, but don't feel entitled to do that for me.
You have to be specific as the immediate family.
I thought I was, because I had already told people, don't take no pictures of my baby in her casket.
Literally, yeah.
I said no pictures, and so maybe I missed a few.
Okay.
I might have missed a few, but I was
Had
very
to be,
specific.
because that probably was definitely the one you missed.
Put it on the bulletin next time.
Right, I need to go ahead and do that
program.
because
People are foolish.
I just was in awe, because I had got my mind wrapped around where I would never see her again.
Right.
And this is, you know, what I will see her look like in her final resting place. And here she come again. Went off, because you just totally reversed my process, you know? And so I just felt for that, you know, that family yesterday, like, oh my, imagine finding something out like that. You're going to call 5,673 times, because I need you to pick up this phone and tell me that you're not dead.
Right.
You know? I just felt for her, having to find, I don't know how true that is. I hope that it's not, but I just felt for her, you know, that just identifying or hearing some information like that about somebody you love.
There needs to be some type of law, like, as far as when anybody, especially of that caliber, when they die, that at least has a family member been notified. And if that's no, then no. Like, some type of ethics or something.
Yes.
Like, you do not run this until you have found out that somebody has been notified.
Somebody, right.
Not trying to sound like a business person, but it's so many platforms out there. How with all of these people and all these different platforms know for sure that that person has been notified. I'm not saying y'all are right. Y'all are right.
But here's the thing: as a media person, as a person who went to school for all this stuff or whatever, it's easy to call the police and all these connects and all that stuff. These are high-profile people,
Right.
high-profile people with connections and all that stuff or whatever. Like you see it, like people are very well connected. It's TMZ. It's TMZ. I know they probably know the head person, chief, whoever at LAPD or to confirm
that the wife has been told already.
somebody. Yes. Has a family member been notified yet? Yes. Run this bitch.
Right.
Run a story. Run it. Go ahead. But there needs to be some type of ethics, some type of moral ethics that they need to follow, that in order to run a story that they know
Of a deceased person.
exactly,
You know?
exactly, because and then I don't even know if there's any type of if you can even sue for
I don't know.
I don't know, and I need to look.
I
into
know
that. I
I
need to go
would.
read one of my books or something because girl, all them books that I ain't never returned, bitch. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. I still got no books. You won't get these bitches back.
What you say, T? Catch my dust.
Yeah. Now watch my dust. Yeah, won't. But yeah, I feel like that there's somebody should be notified before, because I would hate.
Yeah.
I would hate to find out that any relative or loved one has died through social media, through the media, or anything, and you ain't called me and tell me and all that stuff or whatever, and I have to process this and go over this every
Yes.
single day and see
I think
this.
that's unfortunate. Not that I make things normal, but I think that's just the nature of
I feel like
media.
now,
Yeah,
and I
but
think
it's
it's the nature of
unfortunate.
media.
It's unfortunate.
I think it's the nature of media too. Yes, it is. But I was also thinking last night, like, these celebrities and all that stuff, of course they know if anything happens, everything is gonna be out
Right,
there.
yeah.
Every single thing is gonna be out
part
there.
of the
How do they even prepare for that? If I'm to die, and how do they cope with that? Because I know that I had read that Beyonce and Jay-Z got a coach or something for Blue. Be like, this is how you got to deal with being the daughter of a celebrity.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
personality.
yes, a personality something.
Wow.
Yes. Like, do they have that in place for like anything can happen?
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Who do you talk to? Like, how do they set their self up or prepare for the future like that? Because like Kobe Bryant or anybody, one day I'm gonna die. I'm a high profile person. You're gonna see this every day. Every day that you turn around, everywhere you look, you're gonna see me. How do you deal with that? What do they do for that?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm looking at you for
You
the
look at me?
therapist for an answer. Yeah.
Look, I'm processing. Dang, I know everything. Yeah, I do that in session too. I gotta stop doing that. Did that look awkward? Okay, I do that.
Cause it's like that's but yeah.
I think that there is. I feel like it's a process to legalize anything, and when I say that, I mean there's a legal process to protect yourself in any way. I feel like that. I don't know what the steps of that would be, but I'm putting my mindset in the process of when you establish a will,
Okay.
right? So you are making arrangements prior to your death, right? But I don't know exactly what would be a protective factor for them as a star. I don't know.
There needs to be some type of media tragedy, like those crises,
I like
PR
that.
and all that stuff. I'm
I
pretty
like
sure on
that.
different levels it has to be something like that. It has to be. I don't feel like this
Maybe-
is just me just speaking it, but
It would be the
they
executive
have
of the
to
state that
prepare
have
them.
to carry that out.
They have to prepare them for that.
Yeah.
I feel like they have to prepare anybody that once you make a certain amount of money or whatever, and you become some type of person, that there has to be some type of media tragedy something that you deal with, like to deal with that. It has to be something in place. Like,
I'm thinking that it would be the executor of estate, which is the person that handles your affairs when you are deceased, for those who don't know. But things happen so fast, you might be the person that found out with the rest of the world. So I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's a good job too, Miss
Okay.
Vast Calm Nature.
Okay.
Light bulb.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah, I know it's, oh my God. It's crazy. But just on a lighter note, just making sure that we just tell everybody that we love them, because our best friend, Monique, the one who kind of struggled with telling other people outside of her family that she loved them, she sent us a text message with I just wanted to let y'all know that I love y'all.
Yeah.
Just everything, just put things in perspective that this literally, you never know when it's the last time you see somebody. You never know. And for us to just kind of reach out to people more. And I know, we've been talking about that, just, Jalisa was saying, she's been doing better at when she thinks of somebody, she immediately reaches out to them because she don't want it to be like, oh, I was just thinking about you the other day and all that stuff or whatever. So we got to make sure that, we are loving one another and reaching out to them, checking on them, checking in. One of our old friends would be like, wellness check.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure that, we do that and make sure that we are letting people know that they actually know. Like we say, give people their roses while they are alive.
I was just going to go there.
We have to. We have to, because people will leave this earth and you don't know, at the blink of an eye, literally.
I love that accent.
At the blink of an eye.
It's the truth though, and it's unfortunate but fortunate that tragedies like this make people want to be more vulnerable, make people want to share their emotions.
Yeah.
Make you say things today that you should have been said yesterday. And so that's why, I know y'all used to me saying it all the time, but I don't care if I say, hey, girl, turn on channel 3. All right, talk to you later. Love you. I'm going to always say that because that's important to me, and I want you to know
exactly
that I loved it to you.
Right.
So those things are important to me. And so that's why you want to make sure that you give people your all while you're here, and that for those that are worth you doing that.
Exactly.
And so I see a lot of people trying to reconcile old relationships, and I just saw a lot of beautiful things on top of the negative things that I saw yesterday. But it was just beautiful. People saying, I love you. We got beef. It's over. So I was like, well, how? This turned into a beautiful tragedy for some, but love on people today. Exactly. Love on them today. Tell them what you need to hear today. God forbid anything ever happens to you all.
Right.
I know that I gave you enough love yous for a lifetime.
Exactly.
So I love y'all.
Right.
And you too, Mo.
Right. I just always tell people that I love them, like, no matter whoever it is, like, girl, I love you. I just want you to know that. I don't know what could happen. And I do want people to know that if Tisha, if anything, Lord, I ain't trying to go up out of here, but if it's my time, it's my time. But I want people to know that, like, she would, now this is what they can say, she will always say, I love you, but like you said, so absolutely.
I think it's about saying I love you a lot, but I think it's also, like y'all said, giving people their roses while they're here. So some people receive love. I'm always talking about the difference on the other end. So everybody receive love different. So I may not need to hear it a lot, but I may need to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I'm going to show up for your birthday, or that means you told me you were sick and I might just come by with some soup or some Theraflu. Or that might mean, hey, you did really good today on your podcast, and so, I don't know, I stopped by and bring you a balloon just to make you smile. Just something simple. I'm all about the thoughts more than the words. So I try to make sure that I'm available to people, not overextend myself, but make sure that I'm available so people know that I care.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just me being an ear. You know, I say I love you often too, but I try to make sure that outside of me saying I love y'all, that y'all know for sure that I loved y'all, not just because I said it. So.
I feel like with that, it's about knowing people's love language. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I love you is good. I want your support too, but I love you is good. You know?
That's enough for you.
Yeah, for me. But for somebody else, they might want a car. Or they might want all your time.
Yeah.
And all your money too.
I'm like to say I'm equally balanced. I need all 5 of them.
You need- okay, all 5
Equally.
I'm an acts of service, if
I
anybody
see.
wants to know. That's how
I need all 5.
Wow, that's
Like
a lot.
I need
I
all
think
5.
we all need all 5, but your top.
What's your top?
Because
what's
it
your top
changes.
2?
Because I literally always take it like before I start dating, like when I'm single or something, I'll just randomly take it. If I've been dating somebody or talking to somebody or whatever, I'll take it. So mine's literally always change if I wasn't getting something. Like if something lacked and I take it, and it might be at the top of the list because that's what lacked. But then I get it, and then maybe something. So I have been taking it since I found out about the 5 love languages. I literally have taken that test more than a couple of times.
I don't think I know y'all love languages specifically, like the exact thing. But I think I know what each of y'all need, what y'all value. Like for Shana, I know that you do value I love yous, and I know for sure that you value more a ear. And then also I know secondly you value acts of service.
Yeah.
So and
I feel like
say
acts of service is number 1 for Shana.
You think so?
No, mine's a words of affirmation.
Oh, yours is word of affirmation.
That's why I said words.
Yeah.
Words and then the ear.
I like to know that I'm doing great, that I make you feel good, or I like to hear those
like to hear.
things. I need that.
And then
See, I need
think
that
the second
too.
is, Lord, what you do for my life? Look, what you got going on? Cause I need help too.
Yeah.
But you don't want to have to say it.
Mm-mm.
I don't think you are okay with asking for help.
I don't know. I don't know if I allow myself to be put in a position where I need to. And that's out of fear of
Somebody saying no, rejection.
no. It's out of fear of
Being let down?
I guess just being in the position to need something.
Yeah.
You know? Because
So
I'm
even if
always
you
the
need it,
person.
I don't think you will ask.
Probably not.
Yeah. I don't think you would either.
I don't
And
know.
I think Tish, like if it was anybody that I ever posted or made sure that I showed support to, it'd be Tish. Because I know she needs that.
You feel like that?
I know
You
she
need
needs
that?
that. She needs that a lot more than anybody. So I think somebody asked me, "You don't never shout out your friend Monique or post Monique," and I was like, "Monique,
Dang.
Monique.
Who is that?
People knows. You know, people always watching.
Your business.
They always watching, but I don't. Maybe her birthday come up or something like funny that we were together and it was cute and I posted. But I don't really do it because she don't
need that,
She don't
though.
need it. She would, if I did it, she wouldn't see the value in it.
Yeah.
I know that certain people need different things.
Yeah.
And so I know with Tisha, she wants support.
Yeah.
She want to feel supported. And I don't think she needs you to check on her and call her all the time. But when she doing something, she wants you to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. I can
So,
agree to that.
Show up.
You are
What's
acts
that
of
love
service.
language? Because you ain't said, I mean,
What love language is that?
yeah. Acts of support.
I don't know, that
Come
was
on.
everything.
I need the
That was everything.
I need the
She
six.
right.
I told you I balance. I told
Is
you
that
balance.
I think that was
Is that a
everything.
gift? That's not a gift.
Sorry to that man.
I hope she don't sound ridiculous.
See, I need the 6 love language. Acts of
No,
support.
it's not a gift. So
No, Tish is literally like,
is she? What is it,
The
Shana?
balance.
Yeah,
All
she's the
six.
balance.
All of them.
Yeah.
I need all
She said
six.
she need all of them.
I mean, look, I keep saying
It's
all
five.
six. I need
All
all
five.
five.
It's five
I
of them.
literally, I need a balance of all five.
Yeah.
think-
You're acts of service though.
I'm
Yeah.
100% acts of service.
Like Jalisa, you are
I don't
the.
care about a gift. I will appreciate them,
Me too.
but they not gonna make me jump for joy.
Mm-mm.
I will say thank you.
You are. Oh my God, my eye is itchy. You are waiting for us to come and open that bad boy and blow.
No,
Yes, you
That's who I
are.
am.
Yes, you
I
are.
am. You know what? I have so much homework today.
Yeah, let me do the laundry for you.
Right.
That's me.
The same
Let me cook
difference.
dinner.
What the difference
I
is?
was exaggerating,
No.
but that was the same difference.
No, the difference is you're doing something that I don't have to do.
Right,
I
taking
can't
the
blow
load
my-
off.
I can't blow my own eyes. So I wouldn't
Exactly.
see that value. But I could wash the clothes, but you just took that one
Load
thing
off
that
of you.
took that load off of me. You made it
Yeah.
a little bit easier because, like Shana, I'm not gonna ask you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning to ask though. I think I like it, but yeah, normally I don't want to ask.
Like TLC say, I
Ain't
ain't
too
too
proud
proud
to
to beg.
beg.
No, I'ma ask you. But I had to learn that too. I had to learn that too because I don't like for people to tell me no. But I am learning to ask people because it's either a yes or no. But that yes or no still isn't gonna make or break me.
Rejection,
Right.
baby.
Yeah. So
That's what it is. But yeah, I'm definitely acts of service. Got me on that one.
Yeah, best friend. I know y'all a little bit. I know a little shum.
yes.
Mo, what is Mo?
Mo's so easy.
Mo?
Mo is just so easy.
I think more like gift giving.
She's gifts, but
Mo is
not-
definitely gift giving.
Not, no, I think that's second. Let me see. What's this? Acts of service. Physical touch.
Mo might be.
She might be physical touch.
Yeah.
Let's see. Acts of
Tempted to
service, physical
touch. Tempted to touch.
No. Mo is quality time.
Okay,
think
I can
so?
see that.
Quality time and then gifts.
I can see that.
She'll value some quality time over anything.
Yeah, she sure got me in check. I said, well, you move across the water, I won't ever see you. It ain't like you come over here anyway and I'm down the street. Okay. Okay.
She's quality time. Yeah.
I could see that. I could definitely
And then I
see
think she
that.
want to be touched too. I think Mo might.
Yeah.
But we
I mean, I think we all got
All of them.
traits
Right.
of all
So
of
let's
them.
just take the test tonight.
Okay.
Let's
All
take the
right.
test tonight.
Because it
That
might have
way-
changed for
Right,
me. It's
'cause
been
I
a
haven't
minute.
done it since 2015. It's 2020.
How do you
Right.
know? Less.
It's gonna tell you when you do 50 love language.
Well, you've
I
been
think it tells
married,
you.
and
She
then
might
you've
say
been with the
50
same
Shades of
person
Grey.
forever, so
Grey.
you probably don't feel the need to update yours, or you might.
Yeah.
But I just want to know when I get in a relationship. And so it's been since.
But it's not just specific to intimate relationships or romantic relationships. It's
Yeah, your love
A
language is
very-
just across the board.
Right. But this is when my mind first told me to do it in 2015.
okay. Well, I'm telling you that your love language can teach people how to treat you all across the board.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
So yeah.
Because I'm
open
telling
to
what my
taking
love
it.
language is. Listen, this is what I like. And you got to do it.
And you know what? Mine may have changed.
Yeah.
Because I think I value a lot now, like teaching people how to treat me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm sure mine has changed since then, but I think I still value a whole lot acts of service.
Mm-hmm. I know physical touch is usually always at the bottom for me, though.
Really?
Yeah, physical touch is usually at the bottom.
Right.
I know, because I don't really like people touching me. Like,
I do. I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger.
I'm a hugger, too.
to people, just general
I
people.
touch weird stuff. Like, y'all know I touch.
You
See,
suck
and I
doing
don't
that.
like that. Like, you cannot touch my knees, my elbows. Those are pretty much it. Don't
Who
touch
I
that.
touch the backs.
You used to
and
do the
shoulders,
ears.
The ears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
I don't know. I'm grabbing butts.
I don't know. I don't know. I just and I'm sorry, Lisa. I touch people. I just do. I feel like that when you touch people, it's a sign of endearment.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's my way of letting you know I connect with you. So I might be like, "Oh, that was funny."
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I think I
hear
do
you.
that, though. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. But physical touch is usually always the last on my list.
Not for me.
Gifts is last on my list.
Yeah, gifts is last on my list.
Every time.
I'm gonna tell you, gifts usually always is the first on my list when I'm dealing with a broke nigga. I need gifts.
What?
Hang me.
Yes.
With
Deal
your
with
love.
a broke nigga and take your love language. It's gonna be gift giving.
Oh
Deal
my
with
gosh.
somebody who does not touch you correctly is gonna be touch. Like that
You
shit
gotta.
be
You
changing.
need to stay with one love.
It be changing. Like
That
that's why I've
means-
been single for so long, because I need everything. I need
Try doing
everything.
yours when you've been single for a while.
I have.
Because then
And
it
it's
won't be
still-
based on the situation.
It still
Ooh.
changed. I'm telling you, it changed. Like literally, all it changes. Even I've been single since 2016. Since 2016, like, and I think I recently took it in 2019. And the 2 times that I have taken it,
They
it has
changed.
changed. It has changed.
I'm gonna
It has
take it.
changed because even with learning stuff and learning more about me is like and then learning more about me, I'll take my love language or whatever and I'll be like, oh, okay, it changed because now I might feel just learning myself more. This is what I need right now. This
Yeah.
is,
At this point in
so
your life.
right. So
I can see that.
Yeah.
yes, but my love language right now.
Why she look like she at the gambling table? Like
My love language right now, I
Yes.
feel like I want to talk like an Italian. I'm like, oh,
like okay.
my love language right now. They all know that was terrible. But no, my love language right now is self love.
Okay.
And with that
you
self
have been doing that.
and with that self-love comes working out, lifestyle change, just a complete lifestyle change. And that's what I want. That's what I've been talking about for years. Like, again, I talked about on this podcast, like before I really even knew and understood what spirituality was, that was something that I was always praying about and writing about. Like, I was already setting my intentions unintentionally setting my intentions, just more on spirituality and just the lifestyle. And I do remember, when I was coming up more, when I finally had that slap in the face or whatever with spirituality, I felt myself like elevating. I literally felt that I was elevating to a different place. But then, just living in this world, living in this society, and just having all these things always at us, things happen, things change and all that stuff, being influenced by certain things or whatever. And I just know that I wanted to get back to that space where I was. And I remember that year and just trying to get back to that. So, with Jalisa, which I, pretty much brought her on this show to talk about her 21-day fitness challenge. And I just thought that it was so fitting because, of course, it takes 21 days to form a habit. And then 21 days to form a habit, 90 days for it to become a lifestyle. That's what they say. I don't know. I don't know. But I know it was just, very, very, important to me. And still, I just being totally transparent, working out for me still is something that I am learning and growing to have a relationship with.
You said that so elegantly.
Seriously, because I know
made it
for
sound
me,
so
I also
pretty.
had to gain a relationship with money too. So I'm learning to gain relationships with these things that I feel like I struggle with, and just honestly, putting the mirror to my face or whatever, and like I know I want to see my body change and transition and all that stuff, and I know that I can't achieve those results if I'm not, like the saying, no pain, no gain. Like literally, but that's in life, period.
Yes.
That cliche or whatever they call it is something that applies to life. No pain, no gain
That's true.
with anything, if you don't feel that pain, you gain nothing from it. Like if it's not easy, I mean, if it's not hard, what are you taking from it? What are you learning from it? What are you getting from it? So yes, Lise, this 21 day fitness challenge, what is it that you want people that are participating, or people who are struggling with, the whole, oh, I don't like working out, or I don't want to work out, or but I want to lose weight, but I want to see a change in my life, to explain the 21 day fitness challenge and what made you want to do it. And it's a challenge that's completely free. So talk about you even doing it for free, and the benefits of a 21 day fitness challenge, not only just for the people that are participating, but for yourself.
Okay, so I chose the 21 day fitness challenge because I really wanted to make a difference. I knew at the top of the year that I wanted to do something that was out of my norm, and out of my comfort zone. I have not worked with this many people before at one time, so that was different for me. Um, but I actually initially wanted to do just 14 days. I just wanted to give the people a taste of it, let them experience it, and show them that it can be easy and rewarding, but it's going to take some commitment. But I chose 21 days because, like you said, 21 days is how we are supposed to create a habit. And I chose the name Fresh Start 2020 because it was at the top of the year, that first, not first 21 days of the year, but that within that first month to kind of give you a jump start.
I thought it
into
was
your
perfect.
journey.
I thought it was perfect,
Yeah, it
just
was.
having it in the middle right there. What was it? The second week? The second
13.
the 13. I think it was, brilliant for you to do it that way, because it literally, you were allowed people to mentally, because I told you, for me, everything is always mental first. I know I need to do it, but until I mentally wrap my brain around it, that's when I know I can do something. Like I have to do the research behind it, and you gave people that time to figure out, to plan, okay, I'm gonna do this this 21 days. These are what my meals are gonna be like, because in that time I literally transitioned to just not eating meat, but I started fasting. I literally was preparing myself for this journey, because I know for me, while it's a 21 day fitness challenge, I knew that this 21 days would extend beyond just 21 days,
Right.
because I know for me it's a lifestyle change. Y'all know I've been talking about lifestyle change. It's a lifestyle change. Say it with me. A lifestyle change.
It's 2020.
2020. It's a lifestyle change. So I know I had to read. I was reading books. I was just understanding, just my body, just the whole anatomy, just the makeup, just everything, reading more about food, just, our digestive system, just everything. I literally was mentally preparing myself for it, so that I could be successful, in my way. I said that I wanted to win the AirPods and all that stuff or whatever. I don't think I'm win, but I know that I'm a winner in here.
I
I'm pointing
love
to
it.
my heart.
I love it.
I'm a winner.
I think you might. You're doing pretty good.
I lost 9 pounds.
That's amazing.
I lost 9
I wish they could
pounds.
see
However, we don't go by the
I know
weight.
we don't
But
go
that
by
is
the weight.
amazing.
I
Dream. I quit.
I know
Such a
we don't
dream
go by the weight,
crusher.
but I
No,
know
it's
for
not,
me,
because I'm not a dream crusher. Let me tell you, weight is different. So for someone who's severely obese, dropping that much weight or dropping 25, 35, 45 pounds in a little bit of time is amazing. But for someone of Tisha's caliber, she's not going to drop that much. And I don't want her to think that her success is not as great as the next person, because her success may come from the shrinkage in her waist.
Gotcha.
It's going to be different for every person, because our bodies are made up differently. Does that mean Tisha lost because this other lady lost 45 pounds? No.
So what are you measuring the success
How
for
do-
the winner?
I'm measuring social engagement, which
Gotcha.
means how are you motivating others outside of yourself?
Gotcha.
Because it is about a lifestyle change and it is a journey, and other people need to see that it can be done, not just by Jalisa because they think that Jalisa's always been small, but also by people who struggle with weight changes or weight gain. Someone that used to be super skinny that is now a little bit heavier than what they would like to be.
Right.
So I just wanted to
Because
show that change.
I even had to learn that just again, speaking of relationships, that I had an addiction problem, like to food. Seriously,
Me.
like seriously, like just reading the book or whatever. I had to understand. I had to understand that there's, food addictions and all of that stuff or whatever. And I was just like, I didn't realize that I even had a food addiction. I just thought, that I was hungry, like I wasn't full and all of that stuff or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, I actually have a problem.
Yeah.
And again, reading that and seeing it, I'm just like, okay, listen, I can't be, because again, like, I'm not a snacker. I don't care,
Right.
and no offense,
I
because
ain't
I
no
know you're a
snacker,
sweet eater.
but
You're
I
a
love the
sweet,
sweets,
right?
though.
Like I haven't, when I was younger, I used to love sweets. Oh my God. What? I was a fiend over them Little Debbie fudge round cakes, them Swiss rolls, baking cakes, and all
What
of that
is a
stuff or
baking
whatever.
cake?
Yes, I used to baking
Baking cakes.
baking cakes and
Gotcha.
cupcakes and all of that stuff, and cookies
try
and
that.
candies and cakes and pies. I love that stuff, but the more that I got older and all that stuff, I like food. Give me food. Give me food. Like, just give it to me, and I will overindulge. Like, I know I'd have just had a big hefty plate and swallowed my food, barely even tasted it, and here I am going back for another plate and maybe a little third, and then now I'm fucking full, gotta unbutton my pants. I'm not trying to be unbuttoning my pants all the time because I'm not trying to do that. So that's is a great that you're doing this 21-day challenge. Could we expect another one, or like, after this, or what's the next step gonna be for OptiFit by Jay?
The next step will be a few surprises coming soon.
Ooh.
I will be doing fit camps soon. There will be another challenge. However, this next challenge will not be free, but it will be affordable, and it will definitely be worth it. I like this first challenge.
Yeah.
Because
I liked it.
it gave people an opportunity who are afraid to work with me and a chance to work with me. And I've had so much great feedback. And actually, this has been kind of a distance learning type of situation, and not exactly direct one-on-one, but it's still been really great and really rewarding for both me and the clients. So there will be a few things coming, but more so fit camps starting in March.
Okay.
We're gonna do a lot of outside stuff. I have one thing that I'm working on that's really, really big and that I'm crossing my fingers for. But yeah, there'll be other things. Just right now, I probably won't do any more free things. Not yet. Not yet.
Understandable.
Take us back to the beach. I like that. I know we're waiting till the weather breaks.
Right, their beach was fun.
Right.
I like that. I really enjoyed it.
Yes.
I had to work a little bit harder, but I liked
Yeah, but it was
I enjoyed it
therapeutic.
because it was very therapeutic. The weather was great. The atmosphere, it was so scenic. It was amazing. So yes.
Wait,
What?
tell the people the positive changes that we've seen since we have experienced the challenge.
The positive thing?
Yeah, so like for me, I definitely see a change in my skin. Why?
Okay.
Because I've been drinking only water, which is a
Water.
struggle for me. But like Tisha said, it's a mental thing. So I have been really, 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 really forcing myself to like consume water. So I've definitely seen a change in my skin. I have felt a little bit more energized than normal. I am dropping weight, so I'm excited about that. My body has went into shock. I think that we both have had some visitors multiple times this month.
Yes. Yes, I came on my period twice this month, y'all. But I said because, my cycle is changing. Shayna said it's because of the diet.
And that's the only if I have to do this ever again, like have a cycle for 6 days and then go off for 2 or 3 and then come back on for another 6, I'm going to the emergency room because I'm hoping that this is the result of my body cleansing itself.
Remove the uterus.
Yes, get rid of it.
Uterus.
So for me, it was a love-hate thing because I told myself that it was my body continuing to detox.
And that's
So,
just transparency,
Yeah.
like, again, things are going to change. Like, again, like you said, it could have literally been your body going into shock. And because of the changes and all that stuff, I just chuck it up to just my cycle changing. Like, oh, it's just changing. But because of when it came, I guess is like, I don't know. You know how I am, like, oh, the moon and the
Yeah.
phases and all of that stuff or whatever. And I'm thinking maybe it purposely changed because I'm about to do this abundance chat next month and it's right around the time where I'm prepared to receive my blessings. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it.
Well, I'm gonna be there too because I'm sick of this.
That's where I'm at with it. So come on.
I'm right there with y'all. I mean, I think with the shifts of the moon, I know it sounds crazy to some, but it could be that because my cycle changed too, and so did our other best friend, and neither one of us are on the diet that you guys are on.
Well, somebody help me with the moon because
That's gonna be in another podcast. But yeah.
But no, I've enjoyed it. It definitely showed me my mental strength because this baby love to eat some snacks, some
Yeah.
cake, and I have withheld. I am addicted to free snacks. I was telling
You told me
Tisha,
that.
I love free sweets, and my job just feeds you all day and all night. So I'm grateful that the International Food Fest that they're having next week is after the challenge.
Oh my God. I'll check it out though. Now I'm not saying that I'm vegan or anything. But I've been again being mindful of my dairy intake.
Yes,
and,
me too.
I haven't had any meat since the 13th. But so I've had food that has been cooked in meat. Like I had some collard greens. And
Oh,
I'm
okay.
But I'm not that type of person that's just not gonna eat it or whatever. I'm like, let me just take this out or whatever. But I'm gonna eat this because it's some greens or whatever. Or like my grandma cooked some oxtails with potatoes. And I'm like, she know I love some oxtails, but I only ate the potatoes.
Yeah.
So
I saw you with that shrimp taco with no shrimp. I said, go, T.
just eating the taco, but it was good. It was
looked
good. But I
delicious.
told Monique French fries up. That was the first time that I had fried food, and I was just like, oh my God,
And you still lost.
huh?
You still lost weight.
But I still lost weight.
That's good.
Lost weight.
It's
So
about
I started at 152 pounds. What I said, I was 143. 143.
What?
Mhm.
That is good, T.
Mhm.
That's only week 2.
That
Yup.
is so good. I
Yup.
wish I would have started there.
Yeah. But I gave up meat. I gave up meat. I literally gave up meat, and that's just not having no meat.
But I was way bigger than that. So
Yeah.
I started
You don't
off
look it,
at
so.
158. So
Yeah,
I'm
but that's
151
good.
now.
That's
That's
great.
amazing.
That's
amazing.
great. That's great. And I
Let me
just want to
just
keep it
say-
up.
That's amazing because I have a few friends that I follow that are also fitness trainers. And in their 21-day challenge, people lost 8 pounds.
Oh, in the entire 21 day.
Yep.
Oh.
And had very minimal shrinkage. And I've seen amazing shrinkage in my 21-day challenge. And I've seen 15 pounds in 1 week.
Oh, woo,
Yeah.
somebody is the bomb.
So yeah, exactly. So,
I mean,
you
that
know
was
it's
a guy.
effective.
That was a guy.
But still, you
Okay.
know it's effective
That was
though.
a guy, though. So it is effective. Of course, we know men lose weight a little bit faster. But nonetheless, it is effective. The challenge is going well. I'm really proud of you ladies. And then also my guys, my 2 guys that I have. I'm really proud of everyone because it's been a journey and
It
it's not
has.
easy. And like you said, there's a lot of mental focus that goes into this and discipline and commitment because when motivation wears off, those things have to kick
I
in.
read a post that said motivation is a fuck boy.
Darn.
I read a post. I'll send it to y'all. It said motivation is a fuck boy. Motivation, it comes and it promise you everything, but then it just stop calling, stop showing up, stop texting.
Ooh,
So yeah, motivation
real.
is
So
fuck
you can't
boy.
lean on your motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Not from your trainer
Mm-hmm.
and not from social media.
But you did tell me that is bigger than just motivation.
Yeah.
Is a step further because anybody can be motivated, but do they come on law of action? Are
Right.
they acting on that motivation?
Right.
So yes,
And even
absolutely.
seeing a little bit of results makes you want to go in a little bit more.
It does.
Yeah, because after losing 9 pounds, I'm just like I'm sticking to this shit. I'm sticking to it. I ain't lying.
And
I'm
when the challenge
sticking.
is over, I hope so. I hope that if the people that were in the challenge will have access to the challenge as long as they
It
want.
doesn't make sense because why lose this weight? Why do this and then go back to the same thing that you were doing and gain it back?
Yeah.
That's
think-
no fun.
I think after the challenge, people will want to continue moving forward in a, I guess, progressive and positive way.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that we're human, and some people it was hard to do this.
Backslide.
So they gonna backslide.
I'm a backslide.
They're gonna have their
It's
snacks.
me.
Slide to the left.
It's me.
They're gonna have their snacks. They're gonna have their sugars and their sweets. But I do hope that even with Shane, I hope that everyone just understands now, since doing a challenge, since teaching about diet, since teaching about detoxing and high carb, low carb, I hope everyone just kind of has a better understanding on dieting and how it can be more balanced
Yeah.
versus not have
Yeah.
everything that I love all the time or having everything that I love all the time. You got to kind of mix it in and just know with what you're doing, fitness, like, I guess, working out. When you're actually training for the day, know
Absolutely.
that, okay, I can have a high carb day because I'm
Yeah.
going hard today. But the day you know you're relaxing at home, no, you don't need to be snacking.
I gotta continue to find a balance. It's still a love-hate. Like I love my results, but I hate the fact that after my nice dinner tonight, which was good, I had my wild rice, I had my cabbage, and I had chicken, roasted chicken. And after I ate that, I wanted a nice old ice cream sundae with a piece of cake on the side. But I'm going to have my one cheat day because even when we went to Hooters and I had my nice little Caesar salad and, on a normal day I wouldn't have ate 10 wings. I would have had a burger. And then I would have had 5 wings and I would have had french fries. Then I would have went to Cold Stone and got me some ice cream.
I'm weak.
Balance in moderation.
That's right. But I'm not gonna go back there. But I'm gonna have me a cheat day where I can have me some cookies or a piece of cake because I have been sustaining from all of that, like totally punishing myself from all of that.
So maybe I think
That's a
maybe for
tease.
you, Shana, you might want to start baking. You might want to start baking and using different type of substitutes so that it's just a
I
suggestion.
love you, T. That's a great suggestion.
Did you hear the sarcasm in her voice?
I was
But
trying to
I
be
see her
genuine.
shaking her head like, bitch, no
I
ma'am.
did it silently.
But
If you
yeah.
bake it, I will eat it. I promise.
But no, I'm really proud of you all, and the challenge has been great. Hopefully, it's been rewarding for everyone involved, and I just can't wait to see the results.
It was.
Neither can I. So when does the challenge end? This Sunday or is it
Challenge
Monday?
ends this Sunday. Your last day will be on Sunday.
Okay, so
And guess what? It is a rest day, so your last day technically ends on Saturday.
No, I'm gonna say Sunday because my mind is gonna say you can't eat this cake till tomorrow. So I have to wait. So Sunday. But yes, I saw that. I was like, Sunday is a rest day. So yeah.
well,
it's been great.
You all, I am so great that
So great.
yeah,
It's
I feel
okay.
great. I do. I really feel great. But I'm so glad that you all were able to come on this podcast episode and for us to just talk about, grief and loss and are able to, move and transition into a positive light and just understand, just the importance of loving on people and the
Yeah.
importance of a lifestyle changing and loving yourself and making sure that we are intentional with the things that we do and intentional with, achieving our goals and making sure that we put that action behind everything that it is that we want to do. So with this podcast, you all make sure that you reach out to somebody, tell them that you love them, make sure you schedule a day with somebody that's been on your mind, that you've been thinking about. Not a toxic person, not no ex or nothing or whatever, blah, 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 blah. No, none of that. None of that. But we have to make sure that we let people know that we love them and make sure that we give them their roses while they are still here, okay? Alrighty, you all. So this is for my ladies. Is again streaming on 11 live platforms. Make sure you subscribe, like, share. Let me know if you have any topics, anything that you want to discuss. If you want to be a guest on This Is For My Ladies, please reach out to me. If you want to reach out to Shana, if you are, interested in finding a therapist, seeking therapy, make sure you reach out to her. If you're in the process of wanting to transition your entire life with, just working out, with new meals, just a whole new mind, make sure you reach out to OptiFit by Jay. And if you just want to fucking get everything, reach out to me. But anyway, y'all, this is for my ladies. We are here with Shana. We are here with Jalisa. Make sure you find her on at Shana Speaks. LCSW and _ optimistic beauty on Instagram, ladies. It is Tisha the Diva. Y'all already know what to find. Mwah. But I am out. Oh, yeah. Catch me tonight at Desire Dance, 176 South Rosemont, $12. Cash app. No longer accepting cash. Your cash is no longer good there. But yes, y'all. It's Tisha the Diva. This is for my ladies, and I am out.